Okay, it's the 14th of October. So yesterday, day session. This we had scenario 2, which was for a continuation lower. I had an open test up to this kind of level, and then sell down to the stock zones and then to the century at 500. So this here, 40 Renko. So I had a plan up to 32, and then sell off to 07 stock zone, and then to the century figure. That was my second scenario, number 2. So we didn't really have any push to the upside at all. And we had this slow grind down, which would be in line with my scenario 1. We test lower, continue higher. And this would have been valid up to this stock zone at 16. Delta was level. I didn't take the poke above mid for scenario 1 because I wanted price to take out this high 22.25, which it never did. I wasn't very sure in this working out as a scenario 1, so I did impose the secondary requirement. This consistent drift to the downside. Without the push up, it's really hard to get into scenario 2. I guess. Okay, so scenario for today. We're opening on top of the mid, overnight mid, full session mid. We explored up and down the full extent of the overnight range. We're right back in the middle. The point of control was here, and then there was moved here. It did, for a moment, look like it was doing a double distribution, and we were forming a secondary distribution down here, which was to lead to a sell-off. But recently we just had a push through the mid. Very powerful push with lots of delta and lots of volume. So we're back in the middle. So scenario 1 is opening right on top of the mid, which is inside yesterday's value area. Just there it is. Scenario 1 in my book is for a continuation lower. We had this double bottom, which we approached and formed a strongish low in the overnight. So my scenario 1 is based on breaking this double bottom. So slight push up, slight test up. The Inventory is balanced. This is where we closed yesterday. Not far from it. Right there. And this is where we are now. Right on the edge of value. So scenario 1 would be a push up to the stock zone of 35.16 or 516. Which is just above the pit VPOC. And then sell down to the overnight low. Leave the value area. Take out the overnight low at 494. Where we also have a composite high volume node, so have a little bounce. Then it's the double bottom, 490 or 91. And the extension down, which is a gap high, gap mid, statistically has a high probability of being taken out. That will give us a range of gap mid is 482. That's around 34 points. Scenario 1. Scenario 2. As we open on top of the mid, test lower to the value area low and this support zipper at 504-ish. And then continue higher to the overnight high at 524. There it is. Take that out. Stock zone at 29. That's already 25 points of range, and then if we have more strength, we take out the 540 day session high. This is a range of around 35 points. Scenario 2. Scenario 3 is test up, brief test up, and aggressively take out with a drive the gap zone to the gap low. Gap low is around 473. Gap low. Scenario 3. And 4 is strong move up. After yesterday setting a lower low and a lower high, a lower value, and overnight testing both sides of the range. If we resolve to the upside, scenario 4 is with an impulsive move up. Take out the day session, previous day session high at 540. Then one volley sigma 47. Stock zone 50 mid-century. That's scenario 4.